Eddie Hearn has declared that he believes Katie Taylor will headline a Sky Sports pay-per-view show in 2020, and he's named Amanda Serrano, Cecilia Braekhus, and Delfine Persoon rematch as the 3 possible fights to do so. Now, Rob, I have 2 questions for you because obviously this is more of a UK market topic because it's UK pay-per-view, potentially all that stuff. I want your opinion about it more so than ours because it's more valid. I've seen a little bit of a negative reaction, not a little bit. I've seen actually a very large negative reaction to the idea that this being pay-per-view. So I want your take on that. And then secondly, which one of these 3 names would you want to see for that pay-per-view fight?
Okay. First, that's easy. Persoon rematch. I think people know about the first one, so that makes sense. And that's the one I'd like to see anyway. And as far as the reaction, it's kind of depressing, really, the reaction to this. One guy put out like this to 12,000 pay-per-view buys is pathetic or something like that. We've just had fucking Lomachenko here, the guy we've just been arguing about whether pound for pound #1 or whatever with certain people in the chat, and he could muster 200,000 buys with another gold medalist, Luke Campbell, unifying titles, which was a vacant one, by the way, so we don't count that one. But yeah, he'd managed to get like 200,000 buys, $25 pay-per-view. And I just think, why are we not trying to encourage this? I think with a good card underneath it, it can do just as many numbers for me. The Manchester Arena, a lot of women bought tickets for Katie Taylor. I'm getting loads of feedback in my
I know. Robert, I just back out or refresh. Just refresh. Let's do that really fast.
I'll be back very quick.
Very quick. But as Rob is doing that really quick, I will say this: Delfine Persoon, I obviously want that rematch. But from a pure money standpoint, I don't know if that's the right matchup per se. Rob, hold on 1 second as I fix your shit. Gary, go.
Because you said you wanted the Pursuit rematch. That's the fight you'd want to see. That's the fight I'd want to see too. Because I think the wrong person won the fight. It was a good fight, and I think the wrong person won. So I want to see it again. I mean, do you think there's a bigger money pay-per-view fight, one that would do more over there? I guess it's a better question for Rob, but I'd like to hear what both of you have to say. I thought that would be the biggest money fight. You guys think not?
I think so. That's part of the reason I said that one.
But see, Rob, you jumped out and jumped back in. What I said when you were jumping in out is I disagreed slightly on Persoon, not from a competitive standpoint, from a business standpoint. Like, I don't know if Persoon's the fight that you want to make pay-per-view. Isn't Braekhus a bigger fight? Isn't Serrano a bigger fight from a money standpoint and from a promotional standpoint as well? Like, you can promote Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano better than you can Persoon, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm thinking from more of a U.S.-centric mind, and that's very possible, obviously.
I think so, yeah.
But to me, like, those are just bigger matchups on paper from a drawing potential. Braekhus is a far bigger European draw than Persoon as well. I don't know if that's the biggest pay-per-view fight, but it is the fight that I want to see the most out of those 3, obviously. Like, I want some answers from that first fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well Serrano is known here outside of hardcores, you know. Because remember, we're talking women's boxing, so
yeah, but she was promoted,
and then there's hardcores that really know the women's game as well. So
she was promoted though by Sky through the what card was it? Wasn't she?
Heather Hardy.
Yeah, wasn't that fight on Sky?
It was on Sky because it was a DAZN card, you know. So
was it a Matchroom card?
Right?
It was so
Matchroom USA. So we get the late show. So how many people watch that? I don't know here, but I just think Persoon, with the built-in story that she was on the Joshua undercard, I think that just makes a lot more sense. And there's that element of controversy about it. Some saw Persoon winning, some saw draw, some saw Katie Taylor maybe, and yeah, I think it can be built into. Look, I'm not saying this. She's not going to touch like fucking Joshua numbers or anything like that.
Of
but
course, no, we understand.
What we've just seen, like I say, Lomachenko do 200,000 buys, just over 200,000 buys. I think pro grade Taylor was reported to be about 220, 230 thousand buys. Yeah, I don't see this 12,000. This guy on Twitter was saying, or whatever it'll be. I don't know. But what if it is? Why not? Why are we not trying? Katie Taylor's proven to be a draw. She's proven to have great support. People coming from Ireland and all over the UK as well to be at Manchester Arena. And I don't see why you don't give this a go. He's putting on fucking KSI Logan Paul. Why can't we give possibly the biggest name in women's boxing a pay-per-view as well? I just think I would have no issue in paying my £20 to watch Katie Taylor and Persoon Part 2. I think that's under the radar. The first one is one of the fights of the year as well.
You have to load the undercard, right? But let's say you put Joan O'Carroll on the undercard, get another Irish guy. But if you gave a good undercard and had Katie Taylor headliner, I think I
mean, depending where you put it, you obviously get the local guys that you know are going to sell well. Maybe like if it's in London, you get a Conor Benn on there. He does good tickets and things like people like that. Maybe Conor Benn would be going for like a British title or something along those lines. But yeah, you do a good. Because look, if this was like a Dillian White versus someone pay-per-view, Dillian White's commanding like what, 4 or 5 million pounds or something for his fight or whatever it is. But if you got a Katie Taylor, she's not tipping the scale, the money scale that way. So you've got more maybe potentially to pay for a good undercard. Whereas normally you max out maybe on a main event and a co-main, and then you may be struggling a little bit to pay the undercard fighters. But this would, whatever you budget for it, you potentially got more money to spread across the card. So I think it could be made via the whole card into a decent pay-per-view. And like I say, a UK price of £20 or $25, it's not really hurting anybody too much. I know people like to jump on Twitter and complain as soon as any pay-per-view gets made over here, but yeah.
I feel like there haven't really been as many UK pay-per-views this year as last year too, to be honest, but maybe a different topic for a different day. I think we're all in agreement here that like Persoon would be a really fun fight. We all kind of want that. And also, why not experiment with a Katie Taylor pay-per-view? Like you say, she is a decent draw in the UK, especially comparative to even her male counterparts. Like, let's be honest. Like, who's a bigger draw, her or Josh Kelly or Anthony Fowler or, guys of that ilk? Obviously, she is, right? And then even compared to maybe champions like, or close to champions like Luke Campbell and other people of that nature, right? She's clearly a better draw than they are.
I'd say like a Callum Smith.
Yes, I would agree absolutely with that. Yes, agreed. I think she's a bigger draw than Callum Smith. Maybe not like a Josh Warrington, but that would be comparable.
I mean, Warrington's on like almost a Ricky Hatton type thing. He's got like an entire Leeds and the Yorkshire area right behind him there, which is what I was trying to get to about with Collar. He's like he came off the back of like a Ricky Hatton, but Katie Taylor, I mean, like I say, that place was rammed full for her fight against Persoon in Madison Square Garden. That's when it really started to fill out, I feel, on the Joshua card. They all came out and you could hear the women in the crowd, you could hear people, and it really filled out in Madison Square Garden. And then they were out to watch Katie Taylor before the Crawler fight. So yeah, I just don't see why you can't experiment with this. And to
your point, Rob, they will definitely make it a deep undercard here, a deep main card as well. Like, it's going to be a stacked pay-per-view in my opinion, because the budget's not going to be all put in the main event. That means they can use it, like you said, for other fights, the co-main event. Expect bigger UK names and matchroom names to be on this card, like guys we mentioned, Luke Campbell, Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker. Like, expect some of these guys to end up on this pay-per-view.
I don't know about telling Derek Chisora you're on the undercard of Katie Taylor when he didn't even want to
say some wild shit. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Imagine picking up the table, launching at Katie or some shit. Oh I think she'd still come forward.
Maybe just do like Joseph Parker versus someone and not Chisora.
Yeah,
Luke Campbell versus someone.
No one gives a shit about the little guys. If who gives a fuck about that, you fucking with no Vaseline.
Put Charlie Edwards on there too. Like just stack the card. That's what I would do. Moving on though, let's Gary, any last thoughts on Katie Taylor's next pay-per-view fight, or just next fight period?
No, we can go to the next topic.
Walkout Network, aka Anthony Walker, who joined me last night for the live fight chat, saying, I know I'm late, but Kovalev was about to get robbed. Canelo saved us from losing our shit again about subject judging. Yeah, I agree with you, though. It does seem like there's a lot of people that did have it close or Canelo winning, which is... man, I've watched it several times now. I don't know what people are seeing and thinking that Canelo was ahead on the scorecards.